Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on my channel covering cryptocurrency. I hope you're all surviving out there in the crypto world. Let's take a quick look what's going on. I'm just taking a look at Bitcoin. Obviously we had this massive mega wick up to 40k, and now it looks like we're having a bit of a correction. We just started to touch the RSI up here. Basically, I think just looking at a Bitcoin dominance chart, we are heading towards 50, and I think we are due for a bit of a correction actually. So I think we should be coming down to bounce off this trend line here. I think definitely we're going to see some kind of resistance at 50% Bitcoin dominance. So what does that mean? That means probably that altcoins is probably going to catch up a little bit. Fear and greed index now on neutral. Wow. So making me a little bit bearish. So now may be a good time to start thinking about altcoins, looking at whether we should be focusing more on altcoins or DeFi or a combination of both is the question now. Looking at the DeFi index, we're still sort of in this sort of channel of identified. It's not really a strong pattern. Not really sure what to think about this. Maybe we are getting a very slight divergence here on the RSI. It looks like we're going to make a new high on RSI here very slightly. Looks like we could pop out of this, head up into the sort of 10k level or bounce off the 200-day moving average. So big news on PolyCat finance. We have all the fish has been finished minting. We have reached the maximum supply of 3 million. Of course, many is burnt. And the new AMM, which is going to be poor, which they had the IFO for, one of the few IFOs they had, and actually one of them was their own project. I put in 50% of my fish on here. They got 246% of the total of the target. So all the farms gone to zero now. There is no minting. They stayed steady for so long. It was great actually. It really turned out fantastic. Although later on I got out of these and I went into quick Matic, and I got out of that recently with very low impermanent loss. So what can we do? We can stake and earn some wrap Matic, because this is something new which is added on here. And we can also stake our poor on here. So probably I might as well do that while I'm waiting. And probably if you're in this, you should probably think about doing it as well. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So let's stake, got 34 fish. Up the gas a little bit, otherwise it takes forever. And we'll stake on here, got 170 poor. I don't think poor is available to be traded yet. There's no liquidity pools. That will of course come when the new website is up. So yeah, I got 175 US dollar staked here, getting 25% APR, and 170, which is going to be about $175 possibly. I'm not sure what the value is going to be. So that's it. PolyCat finance is dead, maybe. I mean, order pools. Still got the tanks. It's kind of dead, you know. That's kind of. We'll see what happens. So the new token poor. It's going to be infinite supply, emission rate 8 poor per block, and 2% minting to the dev wallet. So they're going to have their own decentralized exchange with some put towards LP providers, of course, and some to burn port and some to burn fish. So fish is going to be ever deflationary. So it'll be interesting, see what happens. PolyYeld finance, I don't know if you're in this, I had some PolyDoge here, got exploited. I'm not going to read into the report, but there's some minting function. The token's gone to like 0 basically. They got some instructions you can just do. If you watched my finance tutorial, I explained a little bit about interacting directly with the contract. It's pretty easy. I got some instruction here. You can just get out whatever you had in there. What else is new on AAVE? We have a swap function where you can swap assets which you have on here. So I can just swap some wrapped Bitcoin to Matic, for example. With a slippage, can we choose? Yeah, or we can choose 0.1. So we can customize the slippage, so that's nice. Yeah, it's kind of a nice feature, but it's not really, you know, game changer. We also got staking on here, something I don't know if I had before. You can just stake AAVE token, which is like a governance token at the moment, 6% APR. And we have the governance functions on here. So at the moment, I'm still in Matic, and I'm thinking may increase a little bit. Now I'm on Adamant and I'm wondering what to do, and today I'm thinking, I've been considering this for a long time, what to do, because now we have these locks and this bonus. You need so much Addy to get these bonuses. Actually, if you lock up 50 Addy for like 4 years, then you can get the minimum bonus. Now the APR's dried up a little bit. I mean, we're still getting like these two APR where it's like 360 almost, so we're getting about 1% a day, but this was lower, the base APR, and it is starting to rise. I think it will rise as more projects get liquidity, as more liquidity pools are on here. People putting that, using it as a yield aggregator. So basically, you know, if other projects do well on Polygon, then anything that's doing well on Polygon and is on here, you're going to benefit if you are in the locked Addy. So being on here, you are you're kind of backing all the projects on Polygon to go well. You're kind of backing the ecosystem as a whole. So it was crazy during the Titan Finance thing, and part of me is thinking, you know, has the Titan Finance thing really killed off Polygon? You know, how hard is it hit like future investors? It's a pretty bad experience for a lot of people. I mean, Titan is back now, but anyway, at the moment I've just been using the basic stake Addy. I've got like 20 here, 23, almost 24. But now looking at this APR, what is it, almost 360. I'm thinking I should have done this a long time ago, but the Addy wrap Ethereum getting a very nice APR of 1096. And of course, you know, with Matic or Polygon and Ethereum is quite closely linked as a side chain to Ethereum. So I think it's good to back Ethereum as well. So the two projects is correlated. So I think I'm gonna go for this. I think I'm gonna sell half and then put into here, or I think I would. Should I sell now? Do that. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this actually. I think basically I'm just gonna pull some Ethereum from elsewhere, and I'm not sure. I think I might sell some and then bring some Ethereum from elsewhere and then put in this liquidity pool here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Just to note that although it says wETH, wETH, that actually is just ETH on QuickSwap. So how much we're getting? 1.5. So I only need 10. Let's go for it. I know the price is a little bit low now, but we're going to be earning like what, like almost 3% a day. So I think I've bought too much Ethereum. But it's okay. I would just I bought way too much. Well, I'm just gonna keep adding to it. It's okay, right? I can just keep building it. It's not a big deal. It's kind of stupid though. Okay, we're done that. Let's confound the supply. Okay, now we got our LP balance, so let's stick it on here. You know the drill. I don't know why they don't have a max button. Oh, maybe they do have a max button. And then stake all Addy wrapped ETH. And then we're in there. Okay, something I forgot to mention actually, we got this stake locked button. So you can just take this out and take this. And then for like 30 days, you can see the staking multiplier at the bottom. So for 30 days, we get a multiplier of times 1.05. So for 60, if we stake for 2 months, then we get an extra 10%. So what would that be, like 100% APR? How long this APR is going to last is good question. I'm not sure about this. Maybe I can. Okay, so the locked is just on the base APR 650.93, which works out to about 5.35%. So it'll be about 20 days to ROI, so about 3 weeks. 650.93 times by 3. So we've got a total of almost 2k APR, and then that's working out 5.35% per day times that by 20, and we got 107% APR. I might do it actually. I might do it. Why not? Basically saying goodbye to your capital. I can't really see Adamant in like 3 years. At least might make a small play on this, right? Don't have to put too much. think that makes sense to me. But then again, you know, $20 days. 20 days, I'm looking at 35%, and I've got my LP as well. At 35%. Just at the current rate. I'm really not sure about that. I'm just gonna keep. I'm not gonna lock it for now. I wanna think about that. I'll make a decision later this week, maybe tomorrow or something. Okay, so new on my finance, we got the stake chi, which is eChi APY. So we're getting 159% APY. I wish it said APR, to be honest. I could probably work that out, but and actually you can continue to load that up as well. Let's work that out. So we're getting about 95% APR on that, which is good, right? You can't complain about that. So I'm actually getting rewarded some chi here. Yeah, I've got 3.72. So now I can either stick that in my liquidity pool, my my liquidity pool. Probably makes sense to start building that, or I could start building my staking pool. I could increase my voting power. Again, probably make a decision on that. Okay, there's something I just wanted to cover on my finance. So Anthony asked, can you make a video on the new CAM Matic vault and the difference between the two? Okay, so if we're on yield, what these tokens are, they are like auto compounding AAVE tokens, basically. That's what I call them. And if you go down to Matic, for example, but you can also, we'll just look at this for example. So your CAM Matic tokens are shares of the compounding AAVE market Matic pool, which if you look on AAVE is just these deposits basically. Your lot AAVE market Matic balance will grow while you're in the pool because it's auto compounding, okay? So instead of going here and then we go to our available reward, click claim, instead of going through this whole process, it's going to do it for you automatically and then just build your deposit. So for me, I don't really have a problem with doing that. It just takes 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to lose out a little bit on my compounding interest. So we're getting like this 2.38% APY, which is going to be something like 2% APR plus this other 3.9% APR, which is going to be about 6% APR, right? Whether I compound it every day or every 2 days or every week, it's not really going to be a massive difference. Yeah, it's more efficient if it's automatically compounding every day, but it's not really going to make a huge difference, to be honest. So if the interest was a lot higher, you know, and then you're talking about like a kind of yield aggregator system where it's automatically compounding your pool, then yeah, that makes more sense to me. So what you do, you have your funds on AAVE, you can just deposit here, have a blank slate. Let's say you just deposited 100 Matic on here, and then you can come over to the My Finance and then you can just click deposit and it will say like $100. But here we can see I've got 15.476k, okay, like 15 grand. And if we go over to AAVE, we can see I've got 15,173. So actually it's saying I've got more. I'm not sure why it's saying I've got more, but it should be the same. Maybe there is some discrepancy. there's been some price change since I last refreshed us. So I'm really not sure why it's saying more. There's some kind of price difference between these two tokens. I'm not really sure why, but it should be the same amount. So let's see how much Bitcoin I've got. Like $1,200 worth of value. So this should say like 1,200 available. Yeah, like 1,221. And Ethereum, I've got like 1,178. Do we have Ethereum on here? We don't have Ethereum on here yet, so I can't show you. Oh yeah, we do. So you just need to approve it first. So yeah, I have $1,176 in ETH, and then forgot to deposit on here 1,180. So there is some slight difference actually, which has surprised me. I have to work that out later. But then basically how the vaults work, so that's what the main part of the question. So then we can choose these tokens, which are just Polygon chain tokenized versions. So like a wrapped ETH, AAVE, and a link, all on the Polygon chain curve just added, which is really interesting. Really interesting because it's also like a lot to do with like stable coins and everything. I haven't really used the curve much. I don't really have much knowledge about it, but they got a lot of things in common, right? It's interesting how much kind of liquidity, how these two projects are going to interact, Curve and MyFinance. Maybe it's a very smart move. So anyway, we got the AAVE market tokens, is what we're talking about. And here we got the choice of CAM wrap Matic, CAM wrap ETH, and CAM AAVE. So we'll give you a example. We'll give you an example of Matic, right? So basically what it is, we can create a vault. And we can lend stable coins. Instead of lending stable coins against our Matic, we can lend stable coins against our auto compounding Matic, right? So it's just a difference between putting Matic directly onto a vault here where we deposit Matic like on a normal vault, or depositing it on AAVE and then going through the process we just talked about with the yield. So you got the yield, and then we deposit here, and then it's automatically compounding, so automatically getting the reward and making the amount bigger, right? And then then we got our tokenized version of that, so the compounding one, if that makes sense. And then instead of like a normal vault where we got Matic, where we are lending against it, we have this tokenized compounding AAVE deposit, which we can then lend against. So it's saying I've got a very, very small balance. That's why it's coming out with this thing. So say I could do an example, but I don't think I really need to. So what I would do is go to the yield, and then I deposit my auto compounding token, and then that will get removed from AAVE. Okay, so if I deposit on there, if I choose this and I choose deposit and I pick like 1,000 or whatever, yeah, then this will get removed on here. This will be like 14k, okay? And then yeah, so then I have, say I've done that, and then I've created the vault, and then I go to manage, and then here we've got the amount of Matic token. Then I would just be able to deposit, and then I can borrow against it or repay against it or withdraw it, you know. And it's just going to be a similar kind of thing, like 155% minimum collateral to debt ratio. So the idea is that because you don't get this deposit APY on MyFinance, is that you can earn this deposit APY here, and then also have the free loans, right? You only have to pay like some fees when you pay back the loan, right? That's 0.5% fee. So you're able to get the best of AAVE with the deposit APR, and then you're also able to get the best of where you got the cheap no interest loans, okay? So you might be thinking, what I was thinking is, oh, so you can deposit on here and then loan US dollar Tether or whatever against your Matic, and then you can take it over to and then deposit on here. No, it's not work like that, because the reasons I said before with the yield, once you deposit on here, it's gonna disappear from your AAVE. So you can't like double dip, you can't like double loan against it, okay? So that's it basically. And then the idea is that once you've created a vault and you've loaned some then you can trade the in the market on QuickSwap, right? You can trade the they got it listed as Matic, the old name still. Actually, I've got some already. So then you can trade the Matic or the stablecoin. So this is a stablecoin into Matic, and then you can deposit the Matic back on AAVE, and then you can get more of the Matic token, and then you can deposit on the vault, and then you can borrow more and it's a little bit of a cycle. It's just it's kind of like hyper compounding, but a little bit complicated, and I think it's cool, you know. I mean, I guess if you've got a really big amount of money, then it's definitely making more sense. I mean, 15k to me is quite a big amount of money, right? I mean, yeah, it's a big amount of money for me, okay, but it's not really so big that you know, I'm really worrying about the kind of, if I'm compounding it enough. I'm sure if it was like $1.5 million or like $15 million, then yeah, like the compounding is gonna be more worthwhile, you know. So that's it basically. Alright, I think I've just covered quite a lot of topics today, so I think I'm just going to call it a day for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us some comments below if you got any questions, and then we can cover it in the next video. Hope I cleared everything up. If it didn't, just let me know, and I can kind of do a live demonstration of that, but just watch it back if you didn't really understand it. It should make sense. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.